Okay, so this is where at the end of the first video we got to this point. Now, for this one, we want to create this diagram and give you some examples to how we do this. So to start with, I'm going to do File, New. I'm not going to save that last one, talk about saving later. So I want to create that diagram. So you can see that what we had was we had some lines. It's a line segment. Select the line segment tool from our basic tools. With our drawing space, just draw if we want to. Draw a line, and let's do that 3 times. Okay, now I haven't got my points labeled here. Do later. Measure an angle. So here we go. Just going to click on, and it gives us some instructions down here. Select 3 points or 2 lines. Firstly, let's do it by selecting 3 points. 1, 2, 3. There's the angle. Next time I'm going to do it by selecting the 2 lines, 2 clicks rather than 3. It's my angle. Now it's a bit annoying because I can't really see that angle in there. So I'm just going to drag it out a little bit by using the select tool. Pick out the angle and just move it out so we can see that a bit more clearly. And yes, so one more thing to do, measure the other angle. Again, select the 2 lines. And there we go. And then select, drag it out. Now, if I select here, let's change this angle to a different color. Well, that makes it a little bit nicer. That one as well. Select the angle, let's choose a, so I can see what the different colors are. Makes it a bit nicer. Okay, so now we have our 3 angles, and just to check that it's all working, so here we move that round, and but then each time I'd have to, what do they add up to? Well, I have to add that up each time. So I'd really like GeoGebra to do that for me. Now, to do that, rather than me having to do it all the time, I now want to create that here. So up to the top here, we had our geometry tools being displayed. This icon here talks about the steps. Here are the steps that have been created. In terms of point A, that was the first point I clicked on. Point B, segments, line segments, and so on. Now, what we've got down here are, here you can see our 3 angles. So I can see them in the colors. Oh, in fact, I could have changed them here too, probably. Well, that's hide and show. That's about 107.9. That tells various things about that, including settings, which I don't want to look at the moment, but there's a whole lot of things we can do in there. Just close that one down. But what I want to do is I want to add up these 3 angles. This letter here is the Greek alpha, Greek beta, Greek gamma. So come down into here. I'm going to click in this cell, and these keyboards come up. Now, property normally comes up like that. You've got these different keyboards here. This is the useful one because it's got the Greek letters. Now start off by adding, let me give it a name, total. You could use anything really. Equals, let's try alpha on the keyboard plus beta plus gamma. And press enter. And we've now got it there, and we can see that's adding up to about 360. So if I go back to my diagram, drag things around, I can see my 3 angles changing the numbers. The total's not changing. It seems to be working okay. So it'd be nice to display this on my diagram to make it clear what's going on. So we're going to do this, we go back to our geometry tools. And if you don't have this part open, you will need to make sure it's open. We've got down here under media, getting some text. Here we go. It says positions. Let's put it in here, top of the screen up here. We'll say total angle of the angles. Now, click on Advanced, and we've got various things here. That's what it looks like. All sorts of symbols. Okay, and what you'll find in here is when I click on this one here, this is the symbol for GeoGebra. These are the variables that have been declared or designed, including the one that we've created. I'm going to add total. And now this is all down the bottom of the screen. There's a little OK button which you can't see. It's visible on yours. Tap OK. I can see total of the angles. It's 360 degrees. Now to double check that it's all working, cancel that. I'm still in my text tool. Go back to select and start dragging around. And what are we noticing? Angles are changing. Now it does actually break this diagram, because if we go beyond there, the angles no longer add up to 360 because we're not adding up the reflex angle on the other side. There's some interesting explanation we can do about that. What I would argue is that if I was to break it up into two, we would be able to do it. That doesn't work when one of the angles is bigger than 180 in here. So for your task, you need to choose a theorem. In this case, the example we've given here was the angles of a point add up to 360 degrees. Draw a diagram to demonstrate it.